Okay, so now we're live on YouTube. I will explain a few things about Talk and Talk before we start. As you know, we are a conversation platform where I can come here and talk in a lot of languages. Today, we're speaking in English about the airport. So let's start. The first question is, for those who have been to an airport, ou seja, para quem já esteve lá, né? What was your first experience at the airport like? For those who haven't, what are your expectations or thoughts about your first experience at an airport? Então, se você já teve uma experiência no aeroporto, me conta como foi. Se não, como você imagina que seria. Okay? So, let's start. Isabella, have you ever been to an airport? If so, how is it like, your first experience? If not, can you tell me your expectations?
I have been, yeah. It's a magical experience because it's not every day in airport. So when we go to airport, take airplane, it's like magic, I guess.
Perfect. Such a different experience, right? We like it so much. Perfect. Okay. Hello, Apoena. Good morning. How are you today? Apoena, consegue me ouvir? Gente, os outros estão me ouvindo? Sim? Vou mandar mensagem aqui no chat.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine. I had a problem, so because this I'm late.
Don't worry about it. Is it your first time here?
No.
No?
No.
But with me is the first time, right?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. So, Apoena, always when it's the first time, I ask the person to present him or herself, né? Para as pessoas se apresentar, para a gente se conhecer melhor. So, can you present yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Apoena. I'm 39 years old. I live in Salvador since 2021, but I'm from Pernambuco. I am air traffic controller. And I don't have kids. And I have a little dog, a dachshund, salsichinha. And that's it. I'm a runner. I like to say this. I like to run a marathon for 2 kilometers. And that's it.
Perfect. Nice to meet you, Apoena. It's a pleasure to have you here. Hope you like our immersion today.
Thank you.
For those who arrived a little bit late, we're talking about the airport, né? Estamos falando do aeroporto. And then let's continue. So let's go. The first question I already asked Isabella, so let's continue. Renato, have you ever been to an airport? If so, how was your experience like? If not, what do you expect to be?
It was very quiet. I can't enjoy it much. As I left to work train to the airport, it was very short. From check-in to board, as it was a domestic flight. Otherwise, it is sorry. Otherwise, it is very nice.
Perfect. It's really cool because it's something that we don't do every day, né? Uma coisa que a gente não faz todo dia, so it's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Antonio. Good morning. How are you today?
Hello, I'm good. I'm good. Sure.
Perfect. It's nice to hear that. Antonio, is it your first time here? Primeira vez aqui com a gente?
No. It's no.
Ih, acho que travou.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so later I'll talk to him. A lot of new people here today. So let's continue. Tiago, have you ever been to an airport? How was your experience like? If not, tell me.
No, I have never been. but I have a talk the problem to lost in there. Então, não sei, eu aparece um labirinto, pelo que a gente vê.
Perfect. Okay, nice. And you, Daniela, have you ever been to an airport? If so, how was your experience like? If not, how do you expect to be?
Not, never. But I believe in the Christian moment is wonderful.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a really nice experience. It seems like a big mall with planes. Parece shopping grande com avião. It's really good.
Eu ia falar exatamente isso, Johanna.
Yeah, it's like a big mall.
É uma mistura de rodoviária com shopping e tudo lá dentro.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And you, Márcio, have you ever been to an airport? If so, how was your experience like? If not, how do you expect to be?
So, for me, the first time in airport, the mix wandering or nightmare, the pronunciation, because my first opportunity, to fly 5 a.m., but I lived 3 hours at the airport, my city, Linhares, airport, the capital, Vitória. The moment I don't have a car, I need to go by the bus. I take the bus 10 p.m. Yesterday. I arrived there midnight. I stayed there in airport the midnight by 5 p.m. waiting my flight. But here, my capital, Vitória airport is a little airport. The mix a mal and the rodoviária, but nowadays is construction. The new space is the better. In this moment, my first time is a little. I wait midnight and 5 p.m. I watch videos in my cell phone, anxious for the first time to fly, but the good experience because I'm is my dream to fly the first time. For me is I enjoy a lot. Same is the Portuguese perrengue.
Yeah, that's true. I imagine. That's true. A complicated situation, but it was perrengue chique, né? Because it was at the airport, so you're going to travel. Perfect. And you, Rosalia, have you ever been to an airport? If so, how was your experience like? If not, how do you expect to be?
Yes, I have. Some of them. The first time that I had experience to airport, which was 10 years ago, I think that I had go to Rio de Janeiro because it was my first time that I had going. Then it was so exciting because I was with my family. My children was kid in this time. Then it was so interesting because they wanted to eat at the airport. It's so expensive. Then you are trying to eat a little bit because it's so spend a lot of money. Then there are other things that you see at the airport, like you said, it's like a big mall. Then yeah, so excited the first time.
Yeah, and I guess in the first time we feel like it's so different, né? That we feel like, oh Jesus, that's an airport. It's okay, it's a nice experience, né? Uma experiência muito legal. Perfect. Antônio, when I was talking to you, you froze. Você congelou, Antônio. Vamos terminar aqui a nossa conversa. Primeira vez que você está aqui com a gente?
No. My first time in this class, all right?
Perfect.
I participated in another classes in TALKNTALK, all right?
Perfect. So, always when it's the first time here with me, I ask the person to present him or herself, né? Sempre peço a pessoa se apresentar. So, I'll ask you to present yourself, okay?
Okay.
So,
Okay, I'm Antonio. I'm 34 years old. I'm from and born in Salvador, Bahia. Um, I'm married. I have a little dog, and I work with technology. I like to play the guitar and dark martial arts. That's it.
perfect. Nice to meet you, Antonio. It's a pleasure to have
Nice
you
to
here.
meet you.
So, Antonio, have you ever been to an airport? If so, how was your experience like? If not, how do you expect it to be?
My first time in the airport, I had 21 years old, and I won the oh, sorry. I won a trip because I passed in a concourse. I don't know the concurso in English, but is I got to Rio de Janeiro, and but the airport is a mall, a big mall. For me, is a big mall, right? Big mall with airplanes. The experience is not as good. I don't have problem in the first time, but in other moments I have.
Yeah.
That's it.
Perfect. Yeah, usually it's common to have some troubles at the airport, né? É normal, às vezes, ter problema no aeroporto, né? So, sometimes it's late, né? The plane is late. Sometimes, I don't know, things can happen, né? Coisas acontecem. It's just like a fancy bus station, né? A gente falou, igual uma rodoviária um pouco mais chique, né? If we have problems at the bus station, we have problems at the airport too. Okay. Now I was going to ask Tamara, but Tamara has a coffee there, so I don't know if she can answer. So let's go to question number 2. But before we go to question number 2, as you can see, there are a lot of people here. Tamara is back. Hello, Tamara. Perfect.
Hello,
Tamara, achei que eu não estava te ouvindo, mas tô sim. Perfect.
Hello,
so, Tamara,
everyone.
good morning. Is everything okay?
Is everything okay? But I'm a little sleepy yet, but it's okay.
It's Saturday morning. Everyone here is a little bit sleepy. So, Tamara, first, congratulations, because now you're a hostess here. So, I'd like to congratulate you. Gente, agora a Tamara é host aqui na TALKNTALK, então eu queria dar parabéns para ela.
I am training yet, but...
the training, but still, you got the title, né? So, let me ask you the question. Where is it? Here. So, Tamara, have you ever been to an airport? If so, how was the experience like? If not, how do you expect it to be?
I remember for the first time when I went to at the airport. I guess it's almost 9 years. And oh my gosh, when I entered the airport, it's a big mall. It's so crazy. It's the other side. It's big experience. And I remember, for example, when I saw the tail, I guess, the airplane, I'm afraid a lot because I have afraid the fly. And the first time, it's not when I went the airplane, and I don't know to say in English, quando ele arremessou, it's not a good experience for me.
Yeah.
Touch and go.
Yeah.
Touch and go. Touch and go. Arremetida.
Yeah. I guess, like, when you are afraid of heights, né? Quando você tem medo de altura ou de flying, it's really complicated, né? Because we feel afraid, né? But still it's a different experience and we like it, né? É uma experiência diferente, it's nice. Perfect. Apoena, so let's answer. Question number 1. Have you ever been to I guess so, right? Since you work with that. So, have you ever been to an airport? If so, how's your experience like? If not, how do you expect it to be?
Yes, I have since when I was a child, because my father is a military too, like me, of Brazilian Air Force. So since when I was a child, I moved to live other cities. So I know a lot of aircraft inside of Brazil in another country, a small airport and a big airport, and I like it so much.
Perfect. Perfect. So only good experiences, right? Só experiências boas, né? No bad experiences. Perfect. So let's go to question number 2. Before we go to question number 2, as you can see, there are a lot of people here today. So I like to divide into breakout rooms, ok? Eu sempre gosto de dividir em 2 breakout rooms. Só que para isso eu preciso de um voluntário lá na outra breakout room. Então, quem vai me ajudar na breakout room? Pode ser qualquer um. Márcio? Okay. So, Márcio, let me put you in the breakout room. So, since we have 9 people now, I'm going to put 4 there and 5 here, okay? So, okay. Usually, I put the ones that are more used to come here, okay, and talk with us, because you are used to that, right? Eu boto quem já tá mais acostumado, porque já sabe como é que funciona, né? Aí os outros que são mais novos eu deixo aqui comigo. Okay? So, breakout roomers, you have already received your invitation. Já receberam aí o convite. So, let's move on. The ones who are going to stay here. What are some things you imagine you would see or hear at an airport? Coisas que você imagina que você ia ver ou escutar, né? No aeroporto. So, let's see. Isabella, what are some things you imagine you would see or hear at the airport?
Travel, vacations, business travel. I guess the first words, the first things I imagine when I think about airport.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. And you, Apoena, what are some things you imagine you would see or hear at an airport?
Could you say this question in Portuguese, because I don't understand about?
Yeah, of course. Quais são algumas coisas que você pode ouvir ou ver no aeroporto?
Oh, okay. I think a lot of things. A family travel together. People flying to work in another cities. You can see pets. You can see different kinds of aircraft. There are a lot of, how can I say, lojas?
Stores.
Stores, yes. You can, a train. Yeah, I stayed in an airport in the United States, and there was a train inside the airport.
Different, right?
Yes. This airport was so big.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, usually here in Brazil, we don't have those different things, like trains inside an airport, but still they are nice airports, né? Mesmo assim, são aeroportos diferentes, grandes, né? Legais. But I imagine outside of Brazil, they seem even better, né? Fora daqui parecem até melhores mesmo. Okay. And you, Tamara, what are some things you imagine you would see or hear at an airport?
when I went for the first time, in any moment, I guess someone call my name at the microphone, for example, because the age of my luggage having to pay more because the age and also something I took and couldn't having taken. It's something like that.
So
all the time I think about this.
you are afraid that someone will call you because of the weight of your bags. Que vai te chamar por causa do peso da mão. Okay, if you say so, just be careful. Nowadays, I guess they don't have a lot of problem with that. You just need to pay more, né? Só tem que pagar mais. But no, besides that, I guess it's not a problem. And you, Antonio, what are some things you imagine you would see or hear at an airport?
In the airport, is very common to see many people run because it's late for the and they fly, right? And many people with the bags and pets. Many stores in same airports have big stores with the duty free, right? Many people with the work too. I don't know commissary de bordo in English, but it's very common to see. And captains, captain too. That's it.
Perfect. A lot these things that are really common, and I think they are nice because, like, for example, the cabin crew, the ones who work inside the airplane, né, os comissários de bordo, they dress differently, né, eles se vestem diferente, então é legal você ver essas coisas, né? I think it's cool. I like these experiences. So let's go to question number 3. How do you think you would feel if you were at an airport waiting for your flight? So if you were there waiting, how would you feel? I would feel anxious. Let's see about you guys. Apoena, how do you think you would feel if you were at an airport waiting for your flight?
The same with you. I stay anxious and very, very, very happy because I like so much to fly. Independente, how can I say? Independente da cidade.
It doesn't matter the city.
Doesn't matter the city. I like so much to travel. So I stay anxious. And I arrived in the airport at least 3 hours before my flight.
Yeah, this is the smartest thing to do. Acho que é a coisa mais inteligente a se fazer. I remember that when I was a kid and I was going to travel, my father, he woke us up like in late night, acordava de madrugada, because usually we traveled in the morning, né? And then we needed to wake up late night to go to the airport because we lived far away. So we always need to arrive early, né? Você tem sempre que chegar cedo. There's always a problem there. Tem sempre problema, né? Então tem que chegar cedo mesmo. But
Yes.
it's terrible.
Yes, because the aviation don't wait for you because time is money.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. That's true. Which is terrible, right? But my father told me that, like, in 2001, we had that accident with the Twin Towers, né? Teve aquele ataque terrorista das Torres Gêmeas, né? Em 2001. And then he said that before that, it was easier for you to travel by airplane. It was faster. The process to enter an airplane era mais rápido. processo para você entrar no avião era muito mais chato antes do atentado terrorista. So he said that nowadays they have this whole security because of that. I don't know if there's a relation, né? Não sei se tem essa relação, but he told me that before it was so much easier. Falou que antes he works traveling and then he needs to travel by airplane a lot. So he told me that before it was easier than now. But it makes sense. I don't know if it's true, but it makes sense. So, Antonio, how do you think you would feel if you were at an airport right now waiting for your flight?
I don't get many early. It's a problem in some problems in other moments because I arrive in the airport 5 minutes of the airport here. But I have some problems in some moments. But I in other moments I get to the airport early, but I have problems with the late of the airplane, right? And it's not very good for me. Waiting is not cool, and I like arrive the airport and get to gate and embark to airplane. I don't like to waiting for the airplane or now have a salas, I don't know salas in English. Salas of waiting, how nomady and cards, all right, cards salas, and it's cool in waiting because you sorry guys. You come is some foods and drink beers and juices. It's very cool, but it's not very good waiting. For me, it's not very good waiting for airplane, right?
Perfect. Yeah, I saw, but it's a little bit dangerous, né? Meio perigoso você chegar lá em cima da hora. But if you prefer like that, that's fine.
I had problems in some moments.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. And you, Tamara, não, a Tamara já respondeu, né? Não, Tamara não. How do you think you would feel if you were at an airport waiting for your flight?
When it's happening with me, I have afraid of flying. So, oh my gosh, I was very, very, very afraid, and everything around me was very, very new because I never saw this. Never.
Yeah. And then it seems like we are in a different reality, né? Parece que é outro mundo, né? Because usually, né? It's not like that. Like a water costs R$6, né? Uma água custa R$6, é uma loucura. But it's a different reality. But it's nice.
It's like a game.
It's like a game. That's true. And the duty-free shops are really nice. They are expensive, even though they're duty-free, but they are really nice. I like them. Anyway, Isabella, how do you think you would feel if you were at an airport waiting for your flight?
And despite me trying the flight, I feel anxious when I get on the plane. Even and knew it will be tiring because it's tiring, but we usually feel anxious, even if it's tiring.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's so nice, né? É uma experiência tão legal that we want to go fly, né? And then we feel anxious. That's true. Even it's boring sometimes, and mesmo parece chato, we feel anxious. That's true. So let's go to question number 4. What do you think would be the most exciting part about being at an airport? Qual que é a parte mais legal? In my case, I think it's a duty-free shop because I really like it, and there are a lot of different things there that you can buy. Even though they are expensive, you can buy like one thing. It's different. Usually we don't see that. So I really like the duty-free shops. And you, Antonio, what do you think would be the most exciting part about being at an airport?
Sorry, teacher, about being, how do you say being there?
Being, estar. O que você acha que vai ser a parte mais legal de você estar no aeroporto?
The foods of the salas. I don't know salas. How do you say salas in English?
Room.
Right. The rooms, VIP rooms in the airport is very cool for me. It's not common in the past, but today I have access in some VIP rooms, and for me is the it's cool in the get to access VIP rooms, all right?
Perfect. I didn't know about these rooms. They are kind of new to me, but it's been a long time that I'm not that I don't go to an airport, so I don't know how is it like today. But it seems like a nice experience to be in this room. Perfect. And you, Tamara, how do you think you would feel if you were at an airport? Não, gente. É essa? Não, peraí. Tô doida, gente. Não, é 4. Ai, gente, 7 da manhã de sábado, tô doida. Tamara, what do you think would be the most exciting part about being at an airport?
I guess take off my shoes because it's happening with me. For example, when I entered when I took the high cheese, I wear specific boots, and I really need to take off, and because my shoes it's went to the high cheese, and when it's happened with me, they have one lady and the girl passed by me and forgot your cell phone in the range.
Jesus Christ. I think it was not an exciting experience, but it was a different experience. Foi uma experiência diferente, né? Perfect. Okay. When I was a kid, I was afraid of these X-rays. Eu tinha medo desse raio-x because I was afraid they would catch me with something, but I wasn't with anything. Eu não tinha nada comigo, mas eu achei que eles iam pegar alguma coisa comigo. I was afraid of that, and I didn't like it. I was a kid, but I didn't like the X-ray. Okay. And for you, Apoena, what do you think would be the most exciting part about being at an airport?
I like when I pass by the X-ray and I sit in a rooms and drink my coffee, wait my flight.
Perfect.
I like.
Wait calmly, relaxed, né?
Yes, just to wait my flight.
Perfect. Nice. And you, Isabella, what do you think would be the most exciting part about being at an airport?
I guess 2 moments. First, arrive at the airport. It's so nice. I like it and just arrive. And take the airplane, look at the window, see the view. The city seems like small. People seem small. Builders seem small. It's so nice. I like take off, arrive the airport, and take off the airplane.
Perfect. Yeah, usually the view from the airport is really cool, né? Geralmente a vista é muito legal, because it's far from the city, né? Geralmente, né? Longe da cidade. Not Guarulhos. Guarulhos, I guess, the only airport that is in the middle of a town. Acho que Guarulhos é o único aeroporto que é no meio de uma cidade. But the rest is always far away, né? Sempre meio longe, então você consegue ver as coisas.
Yes.
Really beautiful. Perfect. So let's go to question number 5. For those who have been to an airport, can you share a memorable experience you've had at an airport? And for those who haven't, what are some common things you imagine could make you visit What are some things you imagine could make a visit to the airport memorable? Então, o que poderia acontecer lá que faça essa visita memorável? E quem já foi lá, uma experiência legal que vocês tiveram. In my case, I can share an experience that was really cool. When I was like 8 years old, me and my parents, we were supposed to go to Florianopolis, but then we lost the flight, and the airplanes company, they were really cool because they could reschedule our trip. Back on that time, it was easier, né? Antigamente era mais fácil, hoje em dia acho que isso nem acontece mais. And then, but we were at the airport, and then we didn't know what to do. We had luggage, like come back home, ia ser muito triste, né, voltar para casa. And then there was a lady at the airport. Usually, né, at the airport, they have a lot of people selling excursions, né, vendendo excursões. And then it was Carnival, and we wanted to go somewhere, so we rented this excursion to Búzios. It's a beautiful city in Rio. So like we were supposed to go to Florianopolis, and then we went to Búzios. So it was really good, but it was a nice experience because we didn't know where we were going, né? A gente não sabia o que a gente ia fazer. E do nada, vamos para Búzios. It was really cool. I liked it. So let's see about your memorable experiences. Isabella, have you ever had a memorable experience at the airport? If not, what are some things that could make a visit memorable?
Yes, recently, when I have take 3 connections, and 6 hours to 6-hour flying, I guess 6 hours or more. But the travel foi o motivo, né, the motivation travel foi for see special people, special person. So despite I have taken 3 connections, it's so nice travel.
Perfect. It's tiring, but it's good, né? Cansativo, mas é bom, né? Perfect. Okay. And you, Apoena, have you ever had a memorable experience at an airport?
Yes, 5 years ago, I traveled from Brazil to Chicago in United States, and my flight, there were 2 connections. The first connection was in Washington. The second connection was in Cleveland. And when I arrived in Washington, the flight attendant was wait for me, and they gave me a new paper, a new flight paper, and asked me if I wanted to fly Washington direct to Chicago. And I said, of course. And this was a good thing because here in Brazil, there isn't. Usually you have to pay for this. So for me, it's so nice. Was so nice.
Yeah, here in Brazil, we don't have this. If you want to change anything, you need to pay. We need to pay even for like one bag that it's overweight, né? Se tiver uma mala pouquinho acima, você tem que pagar, então tudo a gente tem que pagar. And I guess outside of here is even easier, né? Fora daqui é tudo pouquinho mais fácil, né?
Yeah, eu nem cheguei a perguntar, ela já está esperando, já tipo assim, você vai, né?
She already knew your what you needed, né? Ela já sabia que você precisava, né? Já viu lá. And then she asked you. Nice.
Paga no voo, então não tinha por que eu fazer uma outra conexão. E o meu lugar, eles teriam tempo ainda de vender para outra pessoa, então eles iam ganhar com isso, né?
Yeah.
Brazil, it's so different.
Yes, that's true. And you, Tamara, have you ever had a memorable experience at an airport?
Yes, the end of the last year, my husband and I went to Buenos Aires. And when we went back, the flight have a connection with Brazil, but the flight would go to the Toronto, no Canadá. And at the room had one cute old man, and when he saw the t-shirt that my husband wearing, have one phrase, and this phrase it's like a band, and this phrase belong the band. It's read Welcome to the Hell. And his guy, the old man, he asked it to my husband, oh, you have a good experience about this? My husband told you, no, it's just a band. It's just a band, this t-shirt. And after that, I have a good experience because I can improve my English with one Canadian person. And we talk, I guess, on 10 or 15 minutes.
Nice. I guess he was a little bit offended that you didn't like Argentina and gostaram muito, welcome to hell, but a nice experience.
And he told for us, where you go, né? And we would go down to Brazil. And what? We are Brazilians? Yes, we are Brazilians.
Perfect. Nice. And it's nice to see that you can practice your English. The airport has this opportunity, and you can see a lot of different people from different places. So you can practice any language that you are learning, né? Qualquer língua nova que você está aprendendo, você pode praticar lá. Really nice. Nice experience. Perfect. And you, Antonio, have you ever had a memorable experience at an airport? You lost the flight. No, never.
Okay. In the two months ago, I go to Miami. All right, I go to event in Miami, and I arrived an hour early in the airport in the Brazilian. All right, Brazilian airport. I arrived an hour early, but the attendant complained for me, and why did you arrive now? What? 1 hour earlier? No, 3 hours earlier, right? But I live in 5 minutes of the the airport, it's not necessary 3 hours. Oh, it's your flight is the international flight, right? But I can the get the flight, but the curious is in Miami when I get to return for Brazil, I have a same problem, but the attendance of the Miami is very different. They can help me in for example, in my flight, faltava 20 minutes for my flight, but they dispatched my bag, right? In 20 minutes, all right? Tipo, here in Brazil, 1 hour is not possible to travel.
Yeah.
For me, so it's very cool, and I have some challenge because the raio-x, I don't know raio-x in English. I have problem because I get perfume and creams, and I don't know if I don't travel to bags with perfume and creams, right?
Yeah.
But the attendance of the Miami is help me in 20 minutes for my flight. Okay.
Yeah. It's completely different, né? Muito diferente. Here we have a lot of bureaucracy, and then you need to
Yes.
do a lot of things to like get in a flight. And outside of here, it's easier, né? Fora daqui é muito mais fácil. I
Yeah.
imagine to be, right? Okay. So, breakout rumors. Is everything okay? Quem tava lá na breakout room, deu tudo certo? Como
Yeah.
foi?
Nice. Very good.
Good? Good,
Yeah.
perfect. Márcio, tá tudo bem? Márcio tá quase um facilitador também, tá guiando várias imersões na breakout room, né, não, Márcio? Is everything
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, for me, I enjoy a lot. I like to make new friends, participate the conversation for me. I practice. I enjoy to listen different history here in TALKNTALK.
Perfect. Me too. It's one of the best things.